into my composter to make it work. Now this week, Lorenzo and I are here at the City of Vancouver Compost Demonstration Garden to help you choose a composter. Lorenzo, first thing, when I go shopping for a composter, how much money should I have?
Okay, the bins in this demonstration garden range anywhere from, let's say, $75 to $300. Depending on the size and depending on the convenience of the use of it, that will determine how expensive it is.
Now, this one looks like a classic. I mean, it's wooden. It's what we usually
You're right.
think
This
of
is
as
a great composter. It's very well constructed. It retails for about $180 installed in your home, so which is a good deal. There's probably about $60 to $70 worth of material in here.
So if I had a hammer,
you could build it yourself, certainly. Right. But it's very well constructed, using the half-inch wire mesh for the rodent proofing. Has 2 doors in here, so there's easy access.
So when we want to get that finished compost out,
you can dig the material from here, turning it back in, or actually taking it out and then using it.
Okay, good and simple.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at another one here, as soon as we get the top back down.
Yeah, the latch here makes it so that the top stays on nicely, so it's...
nothing gets in.
That's right.
All right, let's carry on.
Okay.
Now, Lorenzo, this one looks as if it's a raffle drum masquerading as a composter. What's the advantage of this?
It's a very unique looking one, you're right.
Yeah.
This one here has been designed so that it's easy to turn, okay? You
take a pin
pull the pin out, and here's how you turn the material.
Okay, that's certainly easy enough now.
Like that. Okay, so for the person that has back problems or an elderly person, this thing would be ideal.
Okay.
The material goes in the door here. Okay. It's acting as a screener as well as a composter, because as you turn the drum, material comes out and you get it below in these trays that we have set out. So this material here would be ideal as a mulch for your garden. It's not quite composted yet, but it would be ideal for a mulch to keep moisture in, or in the winter time to protect your beds from frost.
Looks real high tech. How well does it work?
It's not working that well for us. We have to experiment with a little bit more. You can see that all the holes in it cause it to dry out very quickly, and we have to keep it covered with plastic in times of rain. So we're really not that happy with it, but I'm sure with a little bit more practice we can get some usable compost out of it.
Maybe not the best for the BC climate with all our rain.
Possibly not.
All right, let's have a look at another one.
Okay.
Lorenzo, we've got time to check out one more model. What can you tell me about this one?
Terry, this is the Soil Safer. It's by far our most popular composter. It's manufactured in Ontario. Partial component of it is recycled plastic.
Good for them. What's the grid here?
This is the manufacturer's attempt at the rodent proofing of this bin. From our efforts this summer, the manufacturers have become very conscientious of this rodent proofing aspect in backyard home composting, and this is their rodent proof kit, which they make available for an additional charge.
So that goes on the bottom, and if we don't put any meat or cooked veggies on top, and
that's right, you should keep the rodents away.
Keep them out. Now I noticed this tool over here. Tell me about this. What does this do?
This is the compost tool. It's by far the nicest tool I've seen all summer for composting. With someone with a back problem or an elderly person, it's just an ideal thing. It mixes as well as aerates your compost pile, and it really does the trick. It's durable, and I recommend having one of these things.
If we can't find one, what's the next best thing?
The next best thing would be an old ski pole or an old piece of pipe, something that you can jab through the pile, aerating as well as mixing.
Okay. Now here in Vancouver, we've got the demonstration garden, and I know they have an exhibit in Toronto, but for people in other parts of the country, what's the best place for them to start to find out more?
The best thing for people to do if they have questions about backyard home composting is get in touch with their Public Works Department or the City Engineering Department, and they should be able to direct them to the right sources of information.
Okay, now we've just skimmed the surface today. There is more to know. For instance, if you're living in an apartment, what do? You can't put one of these on your balcony. You've also probably seen a lot about those digesters out there lately. Well, on a future edition, Lorenzo and I will tell you about those. Lorenzo, thanks again.
Thank you, Terry.